think about what your show is gonna be about. Is it a competition show or a show with the story revolving around objects' lives? You should also decide whether your show will be a serious show or a joke show. For what objects you want your character to be, you can do a few things, like looking at other object shows, search objects up on a browser, or you can look around you. Now that you know who your characters are, let's get to the designs. Use references to draw the characters. For example, if I want to create a design for a character that is a wheel, you should search up something like pictures of wheels and use whatever looks best to you as a reference. Also, don't copy characters from already existing object shows. What I mean by this is, if you have a character that is an object that happens to be the same as a character from an already existing object show, then make sure that the characters have different designs and personalities. For personalities, you should get creative with them. You can either write a character who just so happens to be positive because that's how they are, or you can also make a complex character that requires people to think about why that character acts like that. When you get your reference to drawing assets, you're gonna want to get any program where you can make drawings. When you draw your assets, make sure that the assets themselves do not have any faces or limbs and are just the objects themselves. This is so that when you animate a character, you can insert the asset on one layer and draw the face and limbs on another layer above the layer with the asset. Open a software where you can draw, and after that, you can either use your imagination and draw some backgrounds for your show, or you can search something up like object show backgrounds and take inspiration from whatever you like best. This is the part where you write your script. If you are using a phone or tablet to make your show, you should use the Notes app. But if you have a computer, then you should write your script on something like Google Docs. As for writing how your characters talk, make them accurate to their personalities. If you have a kind character, make your character be kind to others. And also, write them like they're actual people having a conversation. And don't write them like robots. If you don't think that you're that good of a voice actor, you should find people who are willing to voice act and fit your standards. Just don't set them too high. These people can be people that you have never talked to before and are just talking to them, or they can be your friends. However, if you don't have anyone to help you, but you are willing to voice act, then know this. Obviously, all the characters should not sound the exact same, so for different characters, add changes or effects to your voice. For example, maybe one character can have a regular voice, while for another, you can speak very fast in the recording, then slow the recording down and change the voice pitch. As for audio, add stuff like music and sound effects. Open up your animation software and make a project. Set it to whatever FPS you want and then create. You should use at least 3 layers. The first one, which should be at the bottom, is the background. The second layer in the middle are your assets, and your third layer on top are your faces and limbs. For lip syncing, I have a video about it, which I will put the link of in the description. For body and the limb movements, you can do it either however you feel like, or you can do pose to pose. If you don't know what that is or don't understand it, I will be putting the link in the description to a Webs for Evs video so you can watch that. In the description, there will be a link to a Google Slides presentation, and this lip syncing chart will be included in it, as well as the mouths that this lip syncing chart has, and you will be able to download all of them. You don't have to use the specific lip syncing charts, but if you want to, then go ahead. If you found this helpful, then comment down the name of your object show in the comment section, and bye.